Happy Halloween. It is 8:32 in the morning. I cannot believe I'm up this early. But I did go to bed early. Dang. Happy Halloween. Oh, happy snowing. You know you live in Illinois when you wake up and you think it's Halloween. That it is. It's Halloween. But you go downstairs to check to see, what's up. Like, I knew my parents were at work, but you never know. Maybe days where they're off. And I look outside and excuse me. Oh dear, excuse me. You see this white stuff on the ground. Thinking, can't be. So I go up to the door. I look outside by my front door. And I see that white stuff. I'm like, you definitely know that I'm in Illinois. I mean, obviously I'm in Illinois, but, like, still, it's like, I don't think it ever happens anywhere else, probably besides Indiana, maybe Wisconsin, that I probably could guess. Maybe Alaska, unless you start talking about other countries now. Alaska, Illinois, Indiana, Wisconsin. In my opinion, I think it's the only states I can possibly see that can snow on Halloween. Maybe there's other states, I don't know. But that's how you know that you're in Chicago or Illinois when it's snowing on Halloween. Unfortunately, this isn't the first time I've seen it snow on Halloween. I think all the years that I've been alive, and I can remember at least, maybe it happened more when I was a kid, like a baby, I don't know, but in memory, this is only the second time I remember it snowing actually on Halloween. I remember there was a couple years before where it snowed like a few days before Halloween, but like actually snowing on Halloween, this is only like my second time remembering it snowing. Oy. Wait. Now I'm debating if I still even go out and get candy, because we technically still haven't gotten candy yet. I know what you're thinking, you're crazy. Well, I can tell you, I'm sure I'm not the only family that gets candy on Halloween. Because I will admit, my dad loves candy. He doesn't love candy, but like, if we get Halloween candy before Halloween, I swear he will eat every piece. He'll probably thinking we'll just hide it. It doesn't matter where we hide it, he'll find it. He's like a bloodhound, like, no joke. I've hidden it in places where you think he wouldn't find it. You know, I've hidden it in our grandfather clock. We got a big, great, tall, big grandfather's clock. I've hidden it in there. I've hid it in... Oops, sorry, I'm gonna lay down. I've hid it in places where you think that a dad wouldn't look. For example, under the sink, if you know what I mean. With all the lady products in it. I've hidden it under the sink. Hidden it. I don't know if hidden it is the word. You get what I mean. I've hid it in the sink, under the sink. I've hidden it in my sister's bedroom. The past couple of years she's been out, for example, for college. Now she's in Springfield. I've hid it in the basement, on the cap. We have like this, I don't know quite what you call it, but it's like a bar / bookshelf. Like, on top it's flat, so it could be a bar. And then underneath it's like a bookshelf. We have books in there, for example. I'm sure you can put whatever you want underneath there. But we have that. I've hid it in there where we don't ever open that drawer. I've hid it in the basement in places you think, why the heck would he look there, and he finds it. Like, it's like it's a magnet to him. And I will admit, this year I bought a few bags of candy for myself. You know, I did. I even still having some, like right now I have half a bag of Payday and half a bag of Trix left that I eat, that I've been eating. I have some Snickers bars that I've been eating. You know, this year I had a bag of Kit Kats. I've had a bag of Milk Duds. I've had a bag of Almond Joy, but for myself, you know. And obviously I shared with my mom and my dad if they want some, but it's candy for ourselves, not for the trick-or-treaters, because, again, I'm not as bad as my dad. I can tell you that right now. I am not as bad as my dad. Like, I can tell you, someday when I have my own house, I will buy candy. The minute I see the candy for Halloween, I will probably buy it, because I probably have a little bit more self-control when it comes to candy than my dad. But right now, I'm telling you, I'm debating if I should even buy candy. As last year we spent $65 on candy. No joke. Because we buy a lot of candy. We'll rather have too much candy than not enough candy and run out of candy. That's my number one rule. We have to have more candy than we can possibly give out. Because I'll rather have too much and have candy left over for like 2 to 4 months than run out of candy and tell the trick-or-treaters, hey, even though you have an hour left, we're out, you know. So, one year we spent $65 on candy, and now I'm debating about if I should even go out and get candy. Probably will, but I have to actually call my dad and see if he wants me to do it now, or if he wants me to wait. Debating about how many bags of candy I should get, because, again, with this snow going on, and I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know if we'll even have trick-or-treaters. We probably still will. I mean, give me a break. I've seen it downpour on Halloween, and we still get trick-or-treaters. Last time it snowed, I remember still getting a few trick-or-treaters. Of course, the time that trick-or-treat hours started, the snow was already stopped by then, but half melted. Right now we probably have about half an inch of snow down to like a blanket of snow down. So hopefully it's not snow that lasts. And once it stops snowing, by the next day it melts. Because in my opinion it's a little very early for snow. A little early. In my opinion, I would like to see snow like the first week of December to the last week of November. In my opinion, is the perfect time for snow. And I will tell you something about snow. I love it and I hate it. Obviously being from Illinois, living in Illinois, living in Chicago, I'm used to it. You know, I've seen snow. I grew up in snow. I didn't grow up in snow, but, you know, I knew that every winter I was going to be able to make a snow person and play in the snow with my dogs and my sister and shovel the driveway and get excited about the snow. But, like, now that I'm an adult, I don't want to say I haven't played in the snow in years. Because, obviously, when we had Baxter, him being a snow dog, being a Keeshond Malamute shepherd / actual wild dog / wolf, he had, like, all the breeds besides, I don't want to say that shepherd isn't a snow dog, but I don't think shepherd is particularly a snow dog. But, he had a lot of dog breeds in him that was snow dogs that loved snow. You would see him and you would definitely look at him and be like, oh yeah, he's a snow dog. You know? He's like one of those dogs from 8 Below. Not quite, because those were more of huskies and he didn't have a husky in him. Not that I believe. I would have to look at his DNA test results, but I'm pretty sure his test results were shepherd, like Keechow Malamute, wild dog / wolf. His personality was actually golden retriever. And it's like, when I saw golden retriever, I looked at him and was like, where the heck did they see golden retriever in this dog besides maybe the hair? And I was like, it's such the personality. And it's like, I can see that. You know, I can see that. But like I said, he loved, Baxter Boy loved the snow. Like, the snow was his kingdom. It was his heaven. I can see him right now in heaven rolling around in the snow right now. Like, if he was home, if he was still alive, he would be outside rolling around in that snow. Like, it's his crack. Like, it's his cocaine. We would actually make a joke that it was his cocaine. Because he would eat it, he would roll in it. When he would come in after being out in the snow, it would be on, like, the tip of his nose. So we would joke that it was cocaine because it would be on the tip of his nose. And we'd be like, you're really sniffing again, Baxter? Really? You're rolling and sniffing? Even though it's not obviously funny, because drugs aren't funny in any way, shape, or form. But, you know, he loved it. Like, no joke. In the winter, I'm sorry if I'm switching hands. It's just, my hands hurt very easily because I got carpal tunnel from holding the phone up. He legit would have stayed outside for hours in the snow. Like, he would be covered in snow to the point where he would look like he was a white dog instead of a black dog. And he would literally look like a polar bear. And he would be snuggled up or, what do you say, curled up like a fox. He would literally be, like, you know, have his nose tucked in like this and snuggled up like a fox. And you would open the back door and he would look up like at you, go like this, and then this snuggled his nose back in his little leg area. And we will be like, you literally have to come in. You've been outside for an hour. If we let you stay out here any longer, they will call the police on us because they may think, the neighbors may think that we're animal abusers because we let you stay outside in the snow. So you literally have to come in, you know, because he would be out there for so long. I mean, the neighbors around our area knew Baxter. They knew what kind of dog he was, you know. There were people that whenever they would go for a walk and Baxter was outside, they would be like, "Hi, Baxter! How you doing, Baxter?" And we would convince people, don't pet him, because Baxter was kind of not, I don't want to say he was a people person, but he was really never around people besides us, besides family, besides the vet, besides the groomers. We really didn't take him anywhere besides the vet, the groomers, or families. So, Baxter really wasn't around people that weren't people he knew. You know, there was this neighbor lady, she walks every day. Like, ever since I was a kid, I remember this lady. She walks every single day. She takes a walk. Dana, I think her name is. And, hey, if you're watching this, Dana, I'm sorry. I'm not good with names. I'm a person that I know someone more by their face than their name. I mean, obviously, there's people I know by their face and name, but if I meet someone new, it's probably going to take me a couple weeks to remember their name. If you know what I mean. For example, a lot of cops in Streamwood, I know more of. I know that cop. I've seen that cop around. Well, what's that cop's name? His name is, I don't know. I just know him by his face. I know him that he's a Streamwood cop. I mean, I would only see him or her in uniform, but, like, I know them that, oh, yeah, I've seen them. Anyways, so, like, I know people by faces more than names. But, like, for some, I don't want to say reason, but, like, well, what am I saying? I'm not normally up this early. And with the snow and me being on like my last day of my period, I am like so many emotions right now and feelings and anyways, Dana, the lady that walked, she would obviously love and pet Baxter, and Baxter would actually come up to the fence and hop up on the fence to meet Dana and let Dana pet Baxter and all that. Actually, on Baxter's last day, we had Dana in the yard, and Dana was playing around with Baxter in the yard and saying her goodbyes, because we told her today's the day, and she was even crying because she loved Baxter. You know, but like, when we got Baxter, he was just a puppy. We assume, I mean, obviously it's hard to tell, not hard to tell, but we don't know for sure because he was a shelter dog. But when we got him, the vet said he had to be no more than a year old, you know. And when we got him, he never really got over this, but he was terrified of the laundry room / bathroom. He was terrified with it. He would never, I don't want to say the 15 to 16 years we had him, he never went in the laundry room. Because there were times where we got him in there, but we pretty much had to kind of physically force him in there. Because that's where we used to go for tornado warnings. That was the room we went in, because it had no basement. It had no windows. So that was the room that my family used to go in when the sirens would go off. We would go in the laundry room. And it got to the point where he likes the basement. He doesn't mind the basement. Let's just go in the basement, even though it had small windows. Because we obviously have to hide. But if he's not going to come in here, we can't leave him out there. You know, he's part of the family. Now, we knew chances of a tornado, knock on wood, touching down in Streamwood, Illinois, isn't very likely. But you can't chance it. You can't ever assume Mother Nature, because you can kind of be grumpy some days. So even though, like, chances of it happening is very likely at all, like, I will probably never see a tornado touch down in Streamwood in my lifetime. My kids, if I have kids, if my sister have kids, or my cousins have kids, they will probably never see it happen. Their great-grandkids, I don't know, they might. You never know, but, like, it's not very likely that it's going to happen, but still, you don't want to assume. You always want to hide and take shelter. Don't assume, even if you're a person like me that lives in a town, that a tornado is very likely. Still, take cover, take shelter. You never know. Don't want to judge it. I'm so thirsty right now. So we would just put him in the basement. Because, like, he was literally, he would, like, go half in the laundry room, because the laundry room is obviously where we would do laundry. So he would, like, stick his half body in there. But, like, we go to push him in there, and he would get all tense and back up really quickly. So, firstly, what we think, or what we believe, and it's, like I said, it's hard to say because he was a shelter dog, is his owners that he had before must have either locked him up in the laundry room, or God forbid, they might have, as much as I hate to say this about my boy, and it really upsets me, but, like, you gotta think of something when a dog is terrified to go in a Pacific room. You know, that dog knows that machine is the laundry room. God forbid, who knows what happens and what Baxter's old owners did to him in that laundry room. And I'm not trying to say that he was abused. I'm not trying to say that he was locked in the laundry room, but what makes a dog so terrified of a laundry room? Some people may say it's not so much abuse. It's not so much that the old owners locked him in. Maybe a dog's just really afraid of it. I don't know, but he kind of made us thinking, you know. Little boys too. Baxter hated little boys. If a little boy was the age of 2 to probably, I don't know, because Baxter really wasn't around a lot of boys. We had like 1 or 2 boys in the neighborhood. But like, he hated little boys. Like, he was a nice, friendly dog. But no lie, I tell you, there was a little boy that would walk by and he would go bizarre. He would want to literally attack that kid. He would want to bite that kid, that little boy. Garrett, he's a cousin of ours. Not blood related, but he's part of the family. And we call him family. Him and his family are family to us. They've been in our family for decades. So he's a cousin to me. But we were at the bus stop once, and Garrett was there, and Garrett had a hoodie, thank God, and Baxter bit the hoodie and threw Garrett down to the ground, and thank God my mom and dad were there because they got Baxter off of Garrett, and Garrett knew what Baxter was. Garrett knew that Baxter was afraid of little boys and hated little boys, and we were like, oh my God, Garrett, we're so sorry. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? He's like, I'm okay. I understand Baxter doesn't like little boys. So thank God it was Garrett and it was family and he understood and he knew, because that could have been a whole house. You know, my mom would always say, you don't understand, if this dog bites somebody, we're done. The house is not ours anymore. We're losing the house. We're getting sued. It's like, I understand. So, like, whenever a little boy would go past the fence, we would literally tell him, don't pet Baxter. He hates little boys. And we would go out and the little boys petting Baxter. I'll be like, dude, I've told you cannot pet this dog. Well, he's letting me pet him now. And it's like, that doesn't matter. He can snap. He can let you pet him now, but you can do something or make a movement and he will bite you. And you gotta understand, little boy, he bites you and we're losing this house. You will not be able to pet Baxter anymore because he will be put down. You will not see me or my family anymore or be able to trick-or-treat at my house because we won't be here anymore. You know, we will lose this house. Baxter will be put down because all you did was just pet him and he snapped and he bit you. Even if he just leaves a little mark. Like, you can't pet him. Tell all your boyfriends, tell all your little friends that you know that are boys, don't pet this dog. You know, he may come up to you, but don't pet him. Like, I cannot tell you how many times I had to tell little boys in the neighborhood, don't pet Baxter. Even if he comes up to you, even if he's nice, even if he's wagging his tail, don't pet him. Because you get bit and we're done. There's no more Baxter. There's no more us going to be in this house. Jeez. And even like when me and my dad would be outside bringing up the Halloween decorations, the little boys would ride by on the bike and be like, hi, Baxter. And we'll be like, don't think about it, boy, little boy. You could call his name, say, hi, Baxter, how you doing? But don't get off your bike and walk up to him. And they would still do it. And even my dad was like, what does he say? He said, don't walk up to the dog and pet the dog. The dog is not a friendly dog. Even though it was like so complicated because people are like, how could he be a friendly dog but be afraid of boys and want to attack boys? And it's like, again, we probably think that his old owners probably had little boys that would terrorize him, that would hurt him, that would terrorize him, that would, God forbid, who knows what the little boys could have done to a dog. Again, it's just assuming, and you probably really shouldn't assume about that stuff, but why else would a dog be so afraid of little boys? I mean, I know it probably could be anything, but he loved the snow. You know, my boy loved the snow. He loved to eat it. You know, I like to eat the snow. I like packing snow. It was so handsome. He was the reason why the past 15 years, 16 years we had him, I would go out every winter to play with him. It would only be like once or twice in the whole entire winter season. But I would go out and play with him, and he would get all excited. And every time, no lies, every time we let him out, he would always roll around in the snow and scratch at it and eat it and play in it and sneeze, and he loved it. You know, he absolutely loved the snow, and he would lay in the snow for hours and be covered in snow, and he would come in all covered in snow and be white. And we would, even in the winter, we had to have the towel at the back door, so when he came in with snow, we could wipe him off. He loved it. Excuse me. You know, not so... There. Sorry. Like I said, I just woke up. And I'm cold. And I wanted to snuggle up in my bed, but I have a few things to do today. But, like... What was I gonna say? He just loved the snow. And it's not so much just the snow. He loved being outside. Like, if it was a cool, nice summer day, and it wasn't too hot, he would literally stay out there in the shade. And when the wind blew, he would be like this. He would be like, oh, look at that wind. He would literally be so handsome, and you would see the wind blow on his fur. You would see him sniffing it and just sitting there like, I'm a prince. I was sitting here in this nice house, and I have 2 lovely girls, and I'm my girls, and my girls love me, and this wind loves me because it's blowing in my face, and it feels so good. I still always cry. I know probably all thinking it's okay to cry, and I know it is, but yeah, so I gotta stop talking about you. Sorry, boy. I know he would be outside right now. Without a doubt. He would be outside. He would be loving it. He loved the snow. Whether it was a blanket of snow, whether it was 4 feet of snow, he loved it. He loved it. I, on the other hand, really kind of hate it. The things I like about it is it's pretty. And it means Christmas is here. And it brings on the holiday spirit. Things I hate about it is it can get cold. It can get cold. Like -15 out. Cold. There was times last year where we got, actually, I think it was the beginning of the year, in all honesty. I think it was like January, February, I want to say. I don't know when exactly it was. Where this year it was the beginning of the year, obviously, because it was snow. I want to say January, February. We actually got -15 degree weather. Okay? -15. That day that we got -15 degree weather, that meant it was colder here in Illinois than it was in the North Pole. It was colder here in Illinois than it was in Alaska. Well, if it's colder than the North Pole, then it's colder than Alaska. But you get the point. How does that happen? Where Illinois is colder than Wisconsin. That Illinois is colder than Alaska. That Illinois is colder than the North Pole. How does that happen? I wanted to cry. And we were out and we were doing like a snow patrol. Me and my unit, we were actually out on the streets for like the 2 to 3 days that it happened. And thankfully we were lucky where we were just pretty much in our vehicle the whole time. And we only got out if we had to help a motorist or something. But, or like clear off a fire hydrant because it was covered in snow. Let me tell you something, it may look like it's easy to clear off a fire hydrant because all you have to do is shovel the snow away. But it's not easy at all. It does take a bit to do it, especially depending on how many people you have and how heavy the snow is. That's why I kind of say, I love eating packing snow, but then again, I hate driving in the snow. I will tell you this, you will hear this a lot come winter. I hate driving in the snow. I hate shoveling. I do it because I have to and I help my parents out. When it comes to driving in the snow, I won't drive in the snow unless I absolutely, positively have to drive in the snow, then I will drive in the snow. If I absolutely have to do it. But if I'm at the unit, oh, my parents or someone else is willing to drive in the snow, I'm like, here's the keys, help yourself. You can drive. I'm sorry. I heard a beeping noise and I don't know what the beeping noise was. Should be Halloween. I heard a beeping noise and I don't know what it was. I'm hoping that maybe it was my neighbor unlocking the car or something. Hear it again, I'm gonna freak out. Okay. Pretty sure that's what it was. Maybe my neighbor was unlocking his or her car. Hopefully. I get freaked out when it comes to, especially when I'm home alone. Like, I hear one noise and I'm going to start to spook myself out. That's why I can't watch anything about ghosts when I'm home alone, because even when I'm not home alone, when I'm here in my bed with my parents downstairs or up in the bedroom, and I start watching stuff about ghosts, like real life ghosts, not like ghosts in movies, making pottery, but like real life ghosts, I will even start to freak myself out. So, I don't know what the heck that noise is. I hear a car outside, so I'm pretty sure that's what it was. But I hate the snow. I love it and I hate it. The things I like about the snow, it's pretty, it's fun. In my opinion, snow is good for about December, because of Christmas. And after December, I'm like, okay, bye-bye snow, you can go, be gone, because Christmas is over. We don't need you in January. We don't need you in February. February. Yeah. You can go. Christmas is over. There's no need to be here in January and February. I don't want to say you can't consider it winter, but like, I don't want to see snow after Christmas. After Christmas, I'm done with the snow. But obviously in Illinois, you know how it is. I don't know if you can hear that. I have a flagpole right out in front of my window that each and every year it gets frozen. So my dad never takes it down because it gets ice covered in it, so he can't physically take it down. So the flag is always bumping against the house and everything. He replaces the flag from time to time when it needs replacing. Is this with the wind, it bumps against the house and the gutter, and My flagpole is literally right here in this corner. This is the corner. And my flagpole, the flagpole we have is literally right here. So, yeah. But today I gotta get candy today. I have to take a shower. That I was gonna do last night, but I got home about 11 and I was just so cold. And I got home and it was raining and ice. And I almost slipped coming up the driveway. I had to take I had to literally walk like a penguin. And I already know I wobble to begin with, but I had to walk like a penguin even more. Because I'm terrified. That's another thing I'm terrified of. Is black ice. I don't mind snow, to be honest. Snow I'll take, but when it comes to ice, and it raining or snow and ice, it's like, now I really hate you. Now you're really evil. Now you're really bad. Now I really, really don't like this. Because one year, I slipped on ice. That's a whole other story. It's a short story, but I don't want to take up any more time on this vlog than I have to. So we're going into 40 minutes. And I could care less how long I talk to you guys for, but I don't want to keep you much longer. But I saw the ice last night and I wanted to cry because I almost slipped coming up this driveway. And we got a black tar driveway. We got a black driveway that's asphalt. So you know one is going to be slippery already when it's black. And if you have ice, it's going to be hard to see. And then our driveway is kind of at an angle. So I really hate our driveway in the winter. Like, to the point where I get so scared sometimes. Like, I literally shake. Anyways, that's a short story to talk about some other time. About me falling on ice. So I have to take a shower. It won't take me long. Call my dad and see what we want to do about candy. I have to find something to eat. There's no way I'm driving in the snow. It's not bad. Like I said, if anything, this would be the kind of snow that I wouldn't mind driving it in. Because it's not bad. But still, it's like... So, have to take a shower, get candy, finish putting up the decorations, because there's a few things that we don't put up until the day of Halloween. Even though now with this weather, I'm debating about if we should just even still do it. Get ready for my ride-along. I got a ride-along at 6 o'clock tonight. I'm going to be riding along with Elgin Police Department. And then, a little bit before my ride-along, I have to go on a Halloween patrol. Where we go out and we patrol the streets to watch the trick-or-treaters. And make sure the trick-or-treaters are staying safe and no creeps or anyone are around. So, busy day today. And I didn't want to wake up this early. But I guess it is what it is. So, happy Halloween. I hope you all have a safe and careful Halloween. If you have kids, please make sure to check their candy. Make sure they don't eat any candy before they check it. If it looks suspicious in any way, shape, or form, or they eat it and they say it starts to taste bad, or does it look good? Like, the wrapper can look fine and they take it out of the package. Like, I admit, when I was trick-or-treating, there were times where the wrapper would look fine and I would take the piece of candy out and it would look weird and I would not chance it and I would just throw it away. Because fortunately, there's sick people out there that will put razor blades in kids' candy. It will put LSD or drugs in candy. Yeah, unfortunately, there's sick people out there like that, and those people deserve to burn in hell. Those people are gonna burn. They're gonna be burning in hell. I tell you that. They're gonna be with Ted Bundy and all that. Those people. I'm trying to think of more names, but I can't. No, but I'm gonna miss this though. You know, I'm looking right now. I'm looking at a few decorations I have up. I have a couple pumpkins and a couple Halloween things. Got my fall candles that I can technically still burn my fall candles, but I have one Halloween candle that I'm burning now. I have another one downstairs. Kind of gonna mix the pumpkins and the Halloween decorations, honestly. I don't have that many up, but... Anyways. Bye, y'all. Happy Halloween. Please stay safe. Stay safe. Be careful out there. Watch your kids. Watch your dog. Make sure your cars are unlocked. Unlocked. Make sure your cars are locked, because Halloween is actually the day that's known for people breaking in the cars the most. So, anyways, happy Halloween. BB out. Okay, that's creepy. Why do I do that? Ugh.